There comes a moment in everyone's life when motivation disappears. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because you've been strong for too long. You wake up, you do what you're supposed to do. You smile when people expect you to, but inside something feels tired, quiet, almost empty. And in moments like that, you don't need noise. You need words that reach your soul. Today is not about hype. It's about truth. It's about speeches that don't just inspire you for 5 minutes. They stay with you. These are 5 life-changing speeches you need to hear today. Steve Jobs, trust life even when it breaks you. Steve Jobs' life wasn't a straight line to success. He didn't have it all figured out. He didn't always feel confident. And he didn't always win. In fact, one of the most painful moments of his life was being fired from Apple, the company he started in his parents' garage. Imagine pouring your identity into something and being told you're no longer needed. But instead of letting bitterness destroy him, Steve Jobs let failure teach him. He said that losing everything actually freed him. It stripped away ego. It forced him to return to curiosity. Sometimes life removes what you love to show you who you are without it. If you're going through loss right now, a relationship, a dream, a version of yourself, this speech reminds you that endings are not punishments. They are redirections. Denzel Washington, failure is proof you tried. Denzel Washington didn't glamorize success. He talked about walking into rooms full of rejection, about hearing no more times than he could count, about being overlooked, doubted, and dismissed. But instead of avoiding failure, he leaned into it. He said something powerful. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they quit too early. They confuse delay with defeat. They confuse fear with intuition. Every successful person you admire has been embarrassed, rejected, and afraid. The difference is they didn't stop. This speech is for people who are scared to take the next step because they don't want to look foolish. Denzel reminds you, failure doesn't define you. Avoiding your potential does. Arnold Schwarzenegger, your dreams demand discipline. Arnold grew up with nothing but a picture in his mind. No shortcuts, no guarantees, no safety net. While others were partying, he was training. While others were sleeping, he was working. Not because he was special, but because he was consistent. Arnold says motivation is unreliable. Feelings lie. Comfort weakens discipline. The life you want is built on days you don't feel like showing up. This speech hits especially hard for people who feel stuck in routines, scrolling endlessly, waiting to feel ready. Arnold reminds you, you don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. Jim Carrey, fear will cost you your life. Jim Carrey shared a story that changed everything. His father was talented, funny, creative. But instead of chasing what he loved, he chose a safe job to protect his family. And that job disappeared. Jim learned something painful. Playing it safe doesn't keep you safe. It only keeps you small. Fear dresses itself as responsibility, as logic, as being realistic. But in reality, fear quietly steals years from your life. This speech speaks directly to people who feel trapped by expectations, family pressure, society, or their own self-doubt. Jim reminds you, fear will always ask, what if you fail? Courage asks, what if you succeed? Les Brown, you are not done. Yet. Les Brown was told he wasn't smart enough, was labeled, boxed in, limited. But he refused to accept a future written by someone else. He speaks to people who feel tired of starting over, tired of explaining themselves, tired of believing again. Les Brown says something unforgettable. When life knocks you down, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Your worst day does not define your worth. Your past does not cancel your future. This speech is for anyone who feels broken but still breathing. Because as long as you're alive, your story is not finished. If this reached you today, understand something. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not behind because your path looks different. You are not failing. You are learning. Growth doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like patience. Sometimes it looks like survival. And that's okay. Take what these speeches give you. Carry them with you. Return to them when life gets loud again. Because one day you'll realize this moment didn't break you. It built you.